Friends, Americans, countrymen, lend me your ears. We've all heard some outlandish things from President Trump, right? From Sharpie-drawn hurricane paths to claims of stolen elections, the man was a walking, talking headline. But this one might take the cake, folks. Donald Trump, in his infinite wisdom, once floated the idea of, wait for it, Canada becoming the 51st state. Yes, you heard that right. The land of maple syrup, hockey, and universal healthcare absorbed into the American experiment. Now, I know what you're thinking, Trevor. You're messing with us, right? I wish I were. The Donald, known for his, shall we say, unconventional ideas, genuinely seemed to believe this was a good idea. Maybe he saw it as the ultimate real estate deal, adding a whole country to the US portfolio. Or perhaps he just really loves poutine and Celine Dion. Whatever the reason, the suggestion sent shockwaves across both sides of the border. Canadians, known for their politeness, were flabbergasted. Their Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, initially laughed it off as a joke. But as the idea lingered, even he had to address the elephant-sized beaver in the room, expressing concern that Trump might actually be serious. American reactions were a mixed bag, as always. Some cheered, seeing it as a chance to expand American influence and tap into Canada's resources. Others, however, scratched their heads in bewilderment, wondering if Trump had been spending a little too much time at his golf courses up north. Let's be real for a second. The idea of Canada willingly ditching its Queen Elizabeth portraits for pictures of Abraham Lincoln is about as likely as a snowball surviving a Texas summer. It's just not happening, folks. Canadians, with their own unique history, culture and identity, are fiercely proud of their country. They cherish their social safety net, their multiculturalism, and their generally more laid-back approach to life. Swapping all that for the American political roller coaster? Not a chance, eh? Public opinion polls on both sides of the border reflected this sentiment. While Americans generally viewed their northern neighbors favorably, Canadians were less enthusiastic about the prospect of becoming the 51st state. The whole ordeal felt like that awkward family reunion where your distant cousin tries way too hard to be your best friend. Let's say, for argument's sake, that Canada did, by some miracle, decide to ditch its red and white for red, white and blue. The process wouldn't exactly be a walk in the park. Adding a new state to the Union is about as easy as herding cats, especially in the current political climate. First, you'd need a majority vote in both houses of Congress. Given the current state of American politics, that alone could spark a constitutional crisis. Imagine the debates, the filibusters, the cable news pundits losing their collective minds. Then there's the small matter of the Canadian people themselves. A decision of this magnitude would undoubtedly require a referendum. And let's be honest, the No campaign would have a field day. The electoral earthquake. Now let's delve into the hypothetical impact on US elections. With a population larger than California, Canada would instantly become an electoral powerhouse. We're talking 55 House seats and 2 senators, folks. That's a lot of political clout for a bunch of folks used to debating the merits of different types of maple syrup. The political landscape of the US would be irrevocably altered. The balance of power between Democrats and Republicans would be thrown into disarray. Imagine the campaign ads, "Vote for me, I'll protect your healthcare and your hockey." The Electoral College, already a topic of much debate, would become even more convoluted. Would Canada's inclusion finally be the straw that breaks the camel's back, leading to calls for electoral reform? A new North American Union. So what's the likelihood of this actually happening? Well, folks, you're about as likely to see a polar bear wearing a bikini on Miami Beach. It's a fun thought experiment, sure, but the reality is that Canada and the US, while close allies and neighbors, are content with their current relationship. Trump's proposal, while certainly attention-grabbing, was ultimately just another example of his penchant for the outlandish. It's a reminder that in the world of politics, sometimes the truth is stranger than fiction. But hey, if you ever find yourself craving poutine and healthcare, you know where to go. Just don't forget your passport.